And so this is a good segue because you've talked about this a lot before, but Bitcoin.
Yeah.
How do you see this fit in the whole mix?
So I'm a huge believer in Bitcoin, and I almost can't believe I'm saying that. But I am from a structural reason and a network effects reason. By the way, 70% of all technology value is driven because of a network effect. And the network effect is so basic premise to have your listeners go in and research it more. But if I have a phone, I'm the only one that has a phone. It's worth zero. If you have a phone too, the network is more valuable. Every additional user to that network makes the network more valuable. And it's why Google is valued as high as they are. It's why Amazon is valued as high as they are, Alibaba. The internet itself is a giant network effect, and as are the biggest monopoly companies on top of it. Bitcoin works on a network effect. The more people that use it, the more valuable it is as a store of value. And that's what's happening right now. So as governments in Venezuela, a year ago, their inflation rate was 1.8 million%. And so if you held their currency, you lost all of it.
Mm-hmm.
If you held Bitcoin that lost 30% that year, you lost 30% instead of 1.8 million%. And so the more people that are doing that, and then you could pay your bills, or you could move it across borders seamlessly. And the more people that understand that are driving into Bitcoin and making it more and more valuable as they drive into it. Here's again, I actually don't know if I want Bitcoin to be successful, because for it to be successful means governments have so lost the plot. So when people are talking about millions of dollars on each Bitcoin and how much that could go up, the social dislocation from what that looks like is terrible through society. So I would love to see an order. So I would love to see governments get together globally, set a new standard that looked like Bitcoin, and make a voluntary path to this, right? Or pegged to Bitcoin, one of the two, and made a voluntary path to do that. I don't suspect in how trust looks around the world today that that's possible. So I suspect Bitcoin is a good hedge against that.
Yeah, they've been talking of the SDR type of currency they want to bring in, but then that's also a threat against the U.S. sovereign dollar as well.
So that's what happens. Everybody's protecting their own geopolitical kind of currency and everything else, and by doing so, everybody's racing for their own currency.
Is there any probability the U.S. brings some type of reserve back in, whether it's like semi-gold reserve or some type of asset correlated to fiat?
So that's actually what I would say that is the bet with Bitcoin. I suspect at some point a government is going to peg to Bitcoin or start buying up in the free market, or buying some in the free market and then peg. And once that happens, other governments will be forced to move really fast because of the network effect.
Yeah, it's interesting. Pay attention. We have a halving coming up in 2-3 weeks in Bitcoin, where half the mining reward goes away.
Yeah. And so that could be a downward pressure on Bitcoin in the short term.
Yes,
but just because if you understand the fundamentals of how it works, but then on the back half of that, as miners become profitable again because of people falling out of the market, there should be a massive acceleration.
I always tell people Bitcoin is the millennial real estate.
Yeah, it's probably if you accept some of the things we're saying, and the governments have to kind of debase their currencies to try to get out of the debt hole, then it's a logical step again. It's a logical protection of wealth against that.
Yeah. Well, Jeff, I just want to thank you so much for coming on and sharing your thoughts. I know you have your new book out. Where can people get that?
Amazon's probably best.
Okay.
Yeah.